Was philosophy always meant to be practically applicable, or is that some modern reinterpretation?
That's a Joe question. Oh, well, I mean, I suppose one of the differences between, like, very broadly speaking, between something like ancient Greek philosophy, say, and the way that we conceive of philosophy today is that, philosophy today is largely thought of in terms of different fields. You've got your kind of epistemologists who discuss questions like, what is knowledge, and, more importantly, how do we attain knowledge? What are the kinds of systems and processes that produce reliable knowledge, that kind of stuff. And then there are kind of ethicists talking about, what is the good life? Vitally important question. Also, what are the right things to do? And then you've got kind of logicians talking about, you do a lot of proofs and try to often model ordinary things using formal mathematical or at least semi-mathematical systems. You've got philosophers of language, philosophers of science, but certainly in the ancient world, these weren't as differentiated certainly as they are today. And so, Aristotle wrote different treatises on these different topics, but even in his philosophy, everything is so interlinked. And if you go, back before Aristotle, it's very, very hard to separate these. So, for example, the Stoics, although, in kind of popular discourse around Stoicism today, we talk a lot about Stoic ethics. The Stoics thought that their ethics fell out of their metaphysics and their logic, which was their word for what we would call today things like logic and epistemology. And so I think that's one major difference in terms of practicality. I mean, a lot of ancient philosophy is incredibly practical. These are especially the one of the paramount questions that's asked by almost every ancient philosopher is how to live a good life. The first philosopher received wisdom is Thales. He's a kind of ancient Greek philosopher. But before that, there are lots of we have scraps of ancient Egyptian philosophies and things like that, and they're often concerned with what's the good life, how do we live it. I think philosophy is eminently practical.